Hey, what's up? This is James Rowan, shouting out Like an Adult Podcast. If you want to be like an adult, you should like an Adult Podcast anywhere that you can. Like and subscribe. Oh my gosh, if you look at their reviews, they have all 5 stars. You know why? Because beautiful people like you leave their love. Thanks, guys.
Like an Adult, the podcast. It's me and Mike and me talking about being adults. And this is
our
our
show recently, and you fucking delivered. Apparently, you fucking had a good set.
Did that go well?
It went well.
That was a great crowd.
Yeah, it was a fucking nice
show.
and warm.
Chris Riggins is one of the funniest people.
Oh my god, I
He
heard that.
got Seafood in, and he just fucking. I think he did. Maybe he had the best set I've ever seen in that room.
Yeah,
Nice.
I saw him a week before he was doing the Gateway show. That's Billy Anderson's show in
I'd love to
Sacramento.
see Chris do the Gateway show.
And he did like 30 minutes, and then I didn't hear him repeat a single thing at your show.
Yeah.
I mean, he just did. It sounded like crowd work, basically.
The man has a plethora.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has as many jokes as I have dark memories of like Walgreens.
And you have a real collection to choose from. You're like, well, which kind of dark memory, which genre of dark memory do you want? You got all these
I was looking at the chocolates at Walgreens for too long. And then I looked away, and my dad was gone.
How many times? God, that's so sad.
It happened like 17 times.
I don't. You have that many dads?
Yeah.
You're like Chris and his babies.
Well, they kept on leaving when I was looking
Hey,
at chocolate.
I got a baby.
You got one.
I got a baby.
Congratulations.
Thank
I
you,
realized today that I texted, I guess not you, congratulations, an old number. I texted,
Oh, you texted
somebody.
an old number, maybe. Yeah, I
so somebody
changed
got
numbers.
a really heartfelt, warm congratulations. I was like,
Oh,
I'll bring you
shit.
food, and then never got a response back. And I was like, oh.
shit.
At that point, that's almost rude of them.
Someone
Not
should have
one
said
response,
something.
yeah.
Not one.
If I just got a new phone and somebody like texted me that, I'd be like, "Thank you so much. Bring the food over here right now."
Here's the address. Look, we're not home, but you can leave it outside. We really appreciate it. I would have never known that it wasn't you.
No,
Gluten-free pasta only, please.
That's where I
I
would
have
have drawn
specific needs.
the line. Yeah.
You got any specific dietary needs, James?
I think that 2020 is about pleasing yourself.
Your partner.
and the
yourself?
partner as well. Yeah.
I love
I
it,
think
dude.
that the best shape that I ever am is like whatever I was 2 years ago. That is
And
when
that-
my body is the best.
Okay.
It's always 2 years.
So you're just
in the
constantly
past.
regressing, but always,
Yeah.
but always getting better too.
But always getting
That's-
better.
that's strange.
Exactly.
I like your
that
attitude,
makes
just living in the past. That's
Yeah. Living 2 years in the past.
I could show you pictures of my body, boy.
Oh yeah.
That's,
Every time that's ever been said to me, something good has happened afterwards.
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
When is that ever
Yeah.
not delivered?
That was the 18th dad I lost.
Number 18. You know what? So
The
I
18th really hurts the most.
Yeah, the first 17 you almost numb yourself to it and you think you're good, and then 18 is a fresh wound.
Yeah.
Just kicking and screaming the whole way.
The 18th dad is the deepest.
He was Irish. Just kicking.
Baby, you know, the 18th dad is the deepest. When it comes to leaving me, it's the 18th dad that hurts.
I lost the snaps. My hands got too
I lost
fucking
the
clammy, dude.
momentum, too.
It's all right.
That's a great song.
I had to
though.
sing what song that was so that I knew in my head.
Uh-huh.
That was
I
good.
never understood what that song meant when I was younger. I'm like, I've gotten a bunch of cuts, and the first one wasn't the deepest. Like, I've gotten deeper cuts since then. So
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Well, and if you get cut a first time, how are you getting cut a second time? You get cut one time, inherently you do not get cut
Dude,
again.
if I learned
cut
one
again.
thing
You
from
know,
high
you move
school
your hand
baseball
away.
is you can't get cut twice. Dude.
Yeah.
I got caught once, and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah,
Done
I
with
didn't
your
get cut
career.
again.
Yeah. Let me tell you, depression.
Depression.
I was dark. I'm sorry, I don't cut myself.
From the plethora.
Ooh, baby.
You ever cut yourself?
Yeah.
Fuck
When
yeah,
I
dude.
was young and angry, you know how just
Oh,
so
yeah.
dumb. And then I started smoking weed when I was like 15. So I feel like it's just like
Hopefully,
been
when
like,
you start smoking weed, you stop doing shit like that. You know, because
Yeah,
like, I don't
definitely.
see a lot of people like smoking weed and cutting.
Don't
themselves.
hurt
It's
the
not
body,
really-
hurt
don't
the
hurt
mind.
body. You just gotta grow up. Everything's fine. You know. I met a
knew a
homeless guy
kid.
today.
I knew a kid in high
You met a
school
homeless guy today?
so depressed he cut off his whole ear.
What's his name? Van Gogh.
No, his name was John. Johnny Beans.
Johnny
Johnny
Beans
Beans.
Yeah.
cut off his own ear in middle school.
Yeah, it was brutal. It only got worse. He started cutting off
They use like
fingers,
the kid
and then he
scissors that like
yeah,
didn't cut very well.
yeah, safety scissors.
Oh, those craft safety scissors.
Yeah,
Yep,
it
absolutely.
left it like a crazy zigzag pattern.
Yeah.
It was artsy, actually. It had like a cool border to it.
Yeah, you just throw some glitter on
those
that.
little hole punches where it's like a star or whatever.
But man, it looked like it hurt. All jagged.
Yeah. Oh man.
His parents didn't understand. It's modern art.
I remember, do you remember like compasses? That was like the first
I know what
super
compasses are.
dangerous thing that you got in school. It was like, here's this super,
Oh,
basically
yeah,
an ice
yeah.
pick. Essentially an ice pick. And they're
What
like,
it is the treasure map if you know how to follow it.
No. He's talking about the thing that makes a circle.
not a compass. Yeah, the things that, that's called a
the
compass,
drawing
right? It has
thing
the
with
two
the sharp- with the
extending
sharp
lines,
piece?
a sharp pointy ice
you
pick,
can
and then a pencil on
Yeah,
one
yeah.
end.
You can
Ooh.
fuck shit up with one of those.
That
too.
was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. yeah.
6th grade.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people were piercing nipples. It was a mess.
Exactly. I remember Justin Fitzgerald. He etched a little cross into his ankle with one. We went to a Catholic school.
Was it upside down, or did he
Catholic
love
bad
the
boy.
Lord?
No, he loved the Lord. Yeah,
So
it was,
much.
It was for Jesus.
Dude, hell
For
yeah.
Jesus, fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I want to go to a
Kanye
a Kanye school.
2020.
Catholic school was lit because it was basically the same 32 kids for like 8 or 9 years. In
See,
one
that's pretty
class.
cool. So you guys are all pretty close. There wasn't really cliques. you know?
Pretty close. Oh, there was cliques. There was
Oh, yeah.
definitely cliques. There was like the cool girls and the cool guy. I was lit. I was little.
I thought you were going to say I was
You were in the
lit.
little?
I was
lit.
pretty lit.
Yeah.
I was lit. I was like
Were the
kind
little
of
people-
dorky. I was little. They always, because I was the smallest one in the class. They always wanted to hook you up with the smallest girl in the class,
Okay.
which was Stephanie Bedoya. And she's nice, but I just
But just blow
wasn't
her spot up
into
as the
it,
smallest
you know?
girl in school.
She was. It was me and her.
Bedoya is the sound of like disappointment or like someone following in a cartoon. Bedoya.
Oh, she
Figured
was
it's
such a
actually her
sweetheart.
name.
Yeah, but no.
Can I find her on Facebook?
Yeah.
Message her and be like, hey, I heard you were short
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All
You
right.
can.
Do
Do you think she would want to kiss me? Just like nothing more than that. I just want to smooch.
I just want to peck.
Well, you're too tall now. That's
wanna-
the thing. It was cute when we were
Yeah.
little.
Okay.
Is she still that
Little.
size?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's
Yeah.
3'4".
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like women, they stopped growing at
Yeah.
14.
Her
So
job
that was
resume is written
about
in
it.
crayon.
That was it.
So you grew up in Healdsburg, right?
I grew up in Healdsburg. I still live in Healdsburg.
You still live in there?
I moved away
Same
from
old home?
Healdsburg for a
I
little.
was
No, I
born
don't
in
live in my
a
parents' home.
Small town.
Small town boy.
My parents live in the same small town. I'm gonna die in H-Town. It's Healdsburg, and that's me.
Yes, H-Town. Oh, I'm so glad that you know
Dude,
that.
I know
That
H-Town. Are you
was-
kidding me, dude?
When I got older
I
and then
love
I
Healdsburg.
heard rappers shout out H-Town,
Yeah.
I was like, what? They know? But it's
Yeah.
Houston. And I was like, oh, they made...
Well, that makes sense.
Okay.
but-
that makes
two
more sense than
H-Towns.
Healdsburg. They're like, fucking Merlot. What up? Ernest and Julia Gallo. That was Mac Dre. He was into that. So I grew up in Healdsburg. It's a tiny, tiny little town.
Sick. Yeah, no, I know. I love Healdsburg, man.
I love it. It's originally a farm town, so I grew up on a farm. My parents are still farmers. We raise chickens.
I've been
and
to
sheep.
the estate, dude. I've been to the ranch, dude. I've
Rowan
heard
Farm.
the Pork of July.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
lucky you. Did they let you like milk a cow or something?
No, I tried, but they just kept saying that it's really rude to
Yeah,
do.
get away from grandma. What are you
It was
doing?
like, look, like that's a male sheep. So right off the bat, yeah, we have Pork of July. It's the weekend after 4th of July, and it's all things pork. It started as my parents would go out of town, and my sisters were watching the house, and my parents had a bunch of pork in the freezer. And then they started
hell
having
yeah.
people over, and then it started becoming more and more. And then my parents were like, "Well, fuck that! Like, we want to be there. You're throwing a party at our
Yeah.
house. We would like to be there."
Yeah.
So
we want
it's
to
a-
get into this porking.
Yeah. Oh,
Parents like to
maple
pork and
bacon
party.
ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
porkers for sure.
Oh, that shit was really
BLTs.
fun.
What else? We do chili verde, pulled pork sandwiches.
Oh,
God, I'm
shit,
fucking hungry
dude.
now.
Ooh, you're talking about pork. You get like bacon ice cream. That shit was actually really good.
Okay, I like
Yeah,
also
it
like
was.
their first idea where the parents are gone, they're gonna have a party. They're like, pork. It's
Yeah.
It's so
not-
Healdsburg. It's like,
not like-
there's something a little bougie about it, you know?
It's
Oh,
not like we're
super
getting
bougie.
Jose
They're just
Cuerve.
flaunting all that meat around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a freezer full of meat, like so much food that you could cook it and our parents wouldn't know it was missing. That was how well off we were. Still are to this day.
Damn.
Dude,
Yeah.
look at you.
Yeah.
The wealthiest in the meat category.
I was thinking earlier that I
You're the
might probably be
1%.
one of the most successful people to ever come on your podcast.
You could be.
Objectively.
Yeah.
Objectively,
Okay.
career-wise,
Usually we bring that up. Looks like fucking someone's boasting over here.
Yeah, I thought about it. I thought
Definitely the
about
most
today.
braggadocious we've had on the
Oh,
podcast.
let's welcome to the podcast, Big Shot James Rowan, everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, what I make up for in doing comedy anymore.
I make up for it in shit talking.
Look at this guy. He
It's not
can,
even shit talking. You're just telling it how it is.
look,
Dude.
this guy can
telling it
afford to
how it
go
is.
to the dentist.
Oh, no, I have dental insurance.
That you
Ooh.
son of a bitch!
He's
You
got
get out
insurance.
of my
He's got
house.
a marketing job for a sick ass company. You want to shout them out, or are you allowed to do that?
I
or
don't
what?
know. It's probably...
Probably safe not to,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's easier. We can talk more shit about them if I don't say who it is.
That's better.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's good.
I work
Yeah.
in cannabis in Sonoma County. I work for, hilariously, the largest cannabis manufacturer in the United States.
Oh,
Actually,
shit.
it's located
What?
here,
What?
just a few miles away. We can almost see it. you know,
Yeah.
from
That's
this
like
perch.
not something that's easily Googleable.
Well, I know it's just out of view.
I can't look that up.
No.
But ironically, like my parents kicked me out of the house when I was 17 for smoking weed.
Oh, nice.
Like it was, I had graduated
now
high
come in
school,
the
but I was
house
still
just
17
smoking a
years
blunt.
old. You know, a
Yeah.
little bit longer.
Did
No,
they ever
it was bullshit. They found and remember when you used to have your weed in like the film canisters, like a Kodak film canister, and you keep like a nug or two in there. A buddy had left one in my back seat. Didn't even
It
have any
wasn't
weed in
mine.
there, and they
Bullshit,
found
Jake.
it.
Even now you're saying it wasn't mine.
I am saying it was Anton's.
Oh, of course.
Anton is a degenerate. He's now smoking OxyContin in
Las
Chicago.
Vegas. Yep,
He
absolutely.
lives in Vegas?
He lives in
Classic
Vegas.
Anton, dude.
Dude,
Classic
probably
Anton.
living in the underground tunnels.
Is that a
That
thing?
Vegas.
It's a thing. There's a
All over America.
dude.
Have you seen
I've heard
Us?
about. Yes, I did see Us.
Ooh.
I liked Us. I don't want to go back to the pier or the boardwalk.
Yeah, me
you know,
too. I
kind
don't
of at
want
all.
to go back
No.
either.
It's been a long
I got
time.
kicked
Santa
out of the
Cruz
boardwalk one
Beach
time at
Boardwalk?
night for just hanging out in that because like they close. And I was just walking around. Some security guards like, you can't be here, and I'm like, I'm trying to fucking find that spot in Us, dude. I'm trying to get free. I'm trying to get spooked.
Yeah.
This was recent.
Yeah, it was after the movie came out. Yeah,
so within
yeah.
the last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. What happened? Did he just say no? You're a child.
I was told to leave, and then I was wondering, like, if I didn't leave, how far could I escalate things
Yeah.
here at the boardwalk with the security guard? Like, how far is he gonna go?
Climb the
with
Big
this whole
Dipper.
thing?
Like, could
Yeah,
you get to the
yeah.
top of the Big Dipper, the most rickety goddamn roller coaster?
Oh, I know
that's
for
ever
sure I could get to
existed.
the top of it. It's
But
just
can
how
he get
long,
down?
How long could I stay up there and play King of the Hill with security guards? You know,
How long would it last
How
before
long
you get the
could I
helicopter?
keep it?
Like
Yeah,
GTA
yeah, yeah.
4.
Oh, I
you know
know.
when you get way too
like if
many
the security
cops
guard
around.
talks to me, I think I got like half a star right there. You know, it's not even like a full star.
That's
It's
a
like,
half star
something
move.
might
A
happen.
half star
Yeah,
move. It's
yeah.
like, oh, you still look like you're 14, so you'd be like, oh, this child is lost. Like I should actually help him find his parents.
That should have been my next move, is just climb something and see how long I can keep myself up there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do next time.
Hang. That's a classic kid move. Is just hang from something.
Cause a real scene.
Yeah.
You know? Make
Yeah.
people worried.
Why not?
Yeah.
How's
Get the news involved.
how's your kid? Your kid doing good?
Oh, Stella's awesome, dude. Stella's
Stella.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
great, man.
Stella's great, dude. She's super cute. She loves to swing right now. We do the swings. She talks, but she doesn't say words yet. But she like goes. Bah, 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 bah.
Swinging's good. My
my
parents are
God.
swingers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which dad?
It's the 20th now.
Well, this makes more sense. The revolving
Same mom,
door.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Oh
mom?
yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to moms.
Come on.
Shouts out to
dude.
good are
moms.
moms.
She's the
Yeah.
best.
You guys love your moms?
I love my mom.
So
I love
much.
my mom so
Yeah.
much. I am a mama's boy.
We were playing like Cards Against Humanity over the holidays,
Mm-hmm.
and the word bukkake came up,
No.
and my grandma and my mom didn't know what bukkake was.
Bullshit.
And so I told them, like, it's when a bunch of dudes come in on a woman's face, and then they're both like, "Oh, that's it."
That's
They
it.
were like, it sounds more Japanese than that.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Oh, it is. They're Japanese guys.
They're Japanese guys, but it's still come on the face.
Wait,
Oh.
so your parents kicked you out for smoking weed?
They kicked me out for smoking weed. Before that, okay, this happened. What happened about 3 months before was my parents ratted me out for smoking weed to the principals of my school. It was, I was, in my senior year of high school, I was the president of the student body. And it was April of that year. Somebody had gotten expelled, and they wrote a blog post that said, like, why did I get expelled? You know, James Rowan smokes weed, and he's the president. So that made its
good.
rounds. And then somebody...
Did you get impeached for smoking
I
weed?
had to resign. Somebody printed out
shit.
the blog post and then looked up my parents' address in the school directory and mailed them a copy of the blog
Bunch
post.
of narcs.
And I picked up the mail that day and I delivered. It said Mr. and Mrs. Rowan.
Yeah.
It was a nice little card, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." And I hand delivered the letter to them, and then I watched them just fucking lose it and not know why.
Damn.
And so they read it. They didn't know what a blog was. You know, it's 2004. Never seen it. This is a school newsletter as far as they're concerned. And they were so mad. And so
as far as they know, this went out to
everybody's getting this,
yeah,
you know, on the whole
yeah.
fucking school directory. So my dad took me into the principal's office the next day.
He took me into the shed and he just
we had a barn.
Oh, yeah,
It was bigger. Yeah, you really throw
barn.
you around the spank barn.
I wonder if kids who have banker parents have a spank bank that they get brought to.
It's a little ball.
I'm taking you to the spank bank.
Have that big twisty like lock thing on it. Yeah, so my dad took me in and to the principal's office, and he made me tell them that I smoked weed and resign from being president right there. It was like fucking 2 months away from graduation. It was such a narc ass move.
Who took over as president?
So you told
My VP, Sydney Wilson.
Do you think it was VP?
No.
You think it was an inside job?
No, because she's way too
I
cool.
think it
She's
was the
married to.
CIA
I was
was
best
cool.
man at her wedding, actually. No, I think it was fucking Amy Torres. To this day, I've always thought I'm calling
everybody
people out from
poke Amy Torres on Facebook.
Facebook like, hey, why'd you rat out James Rowan
You
in
friggin'
2004 by printing out a blog post? Yeah, and now I do weed for a living.
Okay,
That's
did your
sick,
parents
man.
ever like use the line "stop smoking weed and go get a job"?
No, because we were always very busy. You know, growing up on a farm, you're always doing
always
farm work.
chores to do.
We did
Yeah.
4-H. There's always chores.
Yeah.
We did 4-H, and so we raised
Milk
sheep. There was always
cows.
like things to, like pens to clean, sheep shit
jerk
to
off the
shovel.
horse.
But my parents would always say like, "Stop getting loaded." And that
Okay.
drove me fucking crazy. Getting loaded. I was like, "I'm not getting loaded. I'm getting high." You know, it just
Loading's for weirdos.
yeah, fucking hippies.
Loaded.
You know, yeah, but no, we were so hardworking, and then when they kicked me out, they were like, "We just can't have this at the house." And I was 17, but I had a job. I had money. I had savings from 4-H, which was good.
Oh, wow.
I burned through that. You know, the first few years.
Love it.
And then I struggled my way through. I got to college. My parents always had this great agreement with me that said, the dog is peeing. That's good. They said, if you get to a university, we'll pay for it. Right, so I went to the JC, and they were like, "No Chico State bullshit. Like, you got to go to a
Like an
real,
actual.
you got to go to a real UC." And so I got to UC Santa Barbara,
Fuck yeah,
and,
dude.
Ooh, dude,
and then
the
it was
Barbara.
good. And from there, just
Chico's successful older sister, Santa
that's
Barbara.
exactly. We were
dude.
classy
Who
as
still who
fuck.
loves to party even harder than Chico, probably.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It was a lot of sorority, fraternity, like people that you hate on. I went as a 21-year-old, so like there was no way I was going to get into a frat. It's like, fuck something. We had people that we lived like next to that joined a frat at 21, and we would go to the parties, and there would be these other 22-year-olds that were like, "Do fucking push-ups, pussy," and it's like, hey man, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, have some respect. It's
You're
all good. Like,
adults.
yeah,
The
it's
problem
all
with the fucking
good.
fraternities is
I
you
mean-
have 22-year-olds who are the senior rankings of shit, and they're
Yes.
like 22, and they're like, do whatever I fucking say.
Like, I won't do it, but I can do like a bunch of push-ups.
I'm just fucking saying, I could do it.
I was put through it when I was your age. It's only fair.
It's not date rape if she doesn't know.
Dude, I'm trying to join a sorority,
It's no
dude.
thing, right? But there's no date.
There's no dance.
Dude, I'm trying to join a sorority, dude. I'm not trying to be surrounded by dudes, dude. I want to join a sorority, be surrounded by college chicks
That's
all
a
the time.
good call.
And they don't haze as bad.
You could do like a Mrs. Doubtfire house bunny thing, where like you know, like the Anna Faris.
I feel like
where
I
you-
could just be myself and just be like, hey, what's up?
Dude, I don't
That's
think
actually
you
probably
could. I don't
true.
think you'd pass because it's psychological torment they put you through, dude.
Oh, I know that.
They'll make fun of your hips.
Dude, I've been through fucking boot camp already, dude. I'm ready to go.
Dude,
Really?
I think
what if
so.
someone
I
just
don't
goes
know.
up to you and
Real
just
boot camp?
like starts
It
talking about
doesn't
you?
look like you have.
Someone starts
What
talking
is
about
that supposed to mean?
you
dude?
see exactly.
Like, let's just say none of us look like the military type.
That's true.
No,
mean,
but
like-
I am an athlete. I don't think a lot of people can see that.
Are you?
Well, I mean, look at me.
I know. What did you
He's an athlete. I'm a singer and a rapper.
Hell yeah.
And this is how we live our lives.
saying things we wish we were?
Yeah.
I'm not 5'6".
Dude, LeBron's my 21st dad. It's gonna happen.
I'm looking at you, 23. You're going to be number 21.
Oh, 23 and Me. That'll be your movie. you finally,
just hold
you
it. I
finally
see it
find
now.
your
You just
real
holding
dad.
hands with LeBron, and it's just like to your backs. He's like wearing a jersey. You're like wearing a smaller jersey.
Yeah, I just want him to pick me up by my armpit so I can dunk.
That might be the cover. Yeah.
That should be.
That would be
Just
so
you,
cute,
LeBron
dude.
picking you up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's cute. Does he have anything wrong with him? No, he's just a guy who's just getting
Just
picked
a
up by
guy.
LeBron.
Big fan.
I had like mid-20s. I don't know.
Thanks, LeBron.
Yes, want to go get ice cream now?
Dad, I mean, LeBron, is it cool if I call you Dad?
I gotta go get cigarettes. Okay, I'll see you later, LeBron. Anyway,
LeBron smokes cigarettes.
That he buys from Walgreens.
the healthiest person in the world.
That would be the best. If he low-key, like, that was the most surprising thing when I found out that, like, Barack Obama smoked cigarettes.
I know.
I was like, you're so fucking cool.
that's what I voted
is
for.
cool.
That was the coolest thing. I didn't even know
Cigarette
that.
companies were like, cha-ching.
If he,
Straight
if he
up.
didn't,
Hey,
if
like-
he didn't puff Stokes, Obama wouldn't have been elected.
The black thing helped.
Nah, dude. If he
You can't
didn't,
have one
We
without
needed
the
it.
other.
if he
We
though.
didn't
needed
puff
it.
Stokes, dude.
We needed it. I thought about
Did
that
he smoke
recently.
menthols or what? Do we know what he smoked?
Don't say that.
I mean, I'm just asking.
This is almost 2020, Chris.
I'm just
probably.
asking.
I like to think he was like a Marlboro 27 man. Just a real shitty cigarette.
yeah.
That was,
Okay.
you like buy one, get
Cool.
one.
I was one of the first I ever smoked.
Quick burn.
I worked for a moving company for a day, and the guy I was working with handed me a Marlboro 27, and I'm like, I'll fucking do it.
That's a moving man
I'm thinking
cigarette.
about like menthol caprices,
A man
you know?
on the move.
A menthol capri. Is that the little
Those
thin
are the
one?
very thin, small ones. Yeah.
French type.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
classy. That's classy.
Super
when
classy.
I first turned 18, I smoked everything under the sun, like all the flavored
Yeah,
cigarettes,
crack.
like cherry, vanilla flavored Nat Shermans, everything.
Mike
was,
Whitaker brought back these flavored cigarettes from Vietnam.
Oh, that's great.
And I smoked them a little bit. They are nasty on your throat, but they do taste like blueberries or some shit.
That's
you know?
how it kills you.
Yeah.
That's the thing with like even with like cannabis vapes and stuff like that nowadays. People will just put whatever in there. They put any type of flavorings, and people just suck them down because they don't really care. Like Juul coming out with all their choco
I don't
berry.
trust Juul, dude. I really don't. I don't think that shit's good for you.
I don't
at
think
all.
anything is as a smoker. It's a good alternate.
Yeah,
you know, it
yeah.
definitely like I think that it satiates, and I think
I don't know if
can
it's a
see
good
it as
alternate, though. I feel like there's dangers to it that we don't know yet.
It's
Absolutely
definitely
are.
not
Absolutely
as cool
are.
looking.
It's not as cool
close,
looking. It's
though. It has a vibe to it, though. You know what I mean?
It definitely
Like,
has
as
a
person-
vibe.
hold it right.
It's a
I hold it like
vibe.
a cigarette, so I look cool. I don't hold it like a
does
little
look
key
kinda cool.
fob.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a play one time, and I had a cigar in the play.
Okay.
In my
Oh, yeah,
very
you do
first
hella
notes.
plays and shit
Yeah,
locally,
I do
yeah.
some theater.
He's an actor.
You
I'm,
The
a
Elephant
great,
Man, you got
I'm actually
Raven.
one of the best actors probably that's ever been on this podcast.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna
shit.
say this planet, dude.
Realistically, Juan Carlos came to my show.
I will
Said
say,
it
I
was
heard
incredible.
raving reviews of your Elephant Man.
I was the elephant man.
Yeah,
John
I heard,
Merrick.
I heard good things about your performance.
It
in
was
that.
probably artistically the best thing that I've ever done, and
That's
I did it
fucking
at
cool.
one of the most obscure locations that no one ever saw.
It was at the Raven, right?
No, it was in Monterey.
Oh, in Monterey.
Curtain Call Theater in
Raven is
Monterey.
Monterey.
That's exactly right. It's like a little tag onto Guerneville. It's like keep going past
Okay.
Guerneville, and then for like a half a mile, you're in
Yeah.
Monterey.
You know when you're driving out to Guerneville and you're like, where the fuck am I going? Go farther.
Go farther.
Go
It's
past that.
like it's just super old and super gay. Everyone is just
Okay.
super old,
It does
super gay.
get
So I killed it out there.
exponentially more gay the closer, the further you get out to like Rio
The
Vista.
more obscure it
in
gets,
Monterey.
the more it's like that OG, like gay people who moved there in the 60s and 70s who were like, this is our enclave.
That's a gay he'll slice you up. He'll fucking he'll put a shiv in your
the
corner.
looks
It's a
I would
gay who
get,
plays,
you
you
know,
know?
because we share a dressing room, so you know, like
Sick.
with all the guys, and I like it. I like getting flirted with by anybody.
Yeah, you'll take it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I will take it. I'm a flirt. I'll give it back
I
a
like
little
a
bit too.
compliment. I do like a compliment. It'll take me too far too. I'll be like, oh yeah, you really think I'm like cool? You think I'm fun?
Do you like? What else do you like?
You would think I have like really sick tits, mom? Really?
Well,
Thanks.
I get them from you, you know.
Genetics, I guess.
God, your genetics, Christopher.
God, my son.
My son. It always surprises me because I was in Sebastopol earlier today, and
Another humble
you
brag.
are such a humble brag. You know, I was in Sebastopol. I spent a lot of time there.
It is kind of a humble brag to be like, I had the time to go to Sebastopol.
To go to Sebastopol before I got here. I like that Sebastopol is getting gentrified by white people to white people.
From other white people. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally,
I think that's great.
totally, yeah.
But I think that you turned out so normal for being from out there. West County's hilarious.
Dude, I'm
you
straight
know,
up Seb Kid, dude. It's in my blood. It's in my veins, dude. My
Yeah.
first email, SebKid11. That shit's in me,
Seb
dude.
Kid 11.
Oh, yeah.
Why
Oh, yeah.
11? Because that's when you were
That
going to
was that's the
graduate
name
high
of-
school.
And my birthday was May 11th.
Oh, that's
So
cute.
That
why I
was
did
your
it.
birthday?
It used to be. I've changed it.
It's gotten way
I
cool.
changed it.
Well,
Now it's
May 11th is a pretty fucking
Now
gay
January
birthday.
21st, March 22nd, April 23rd. I get a few. I get
I
a
like
few.
that. That's
yeah.
3 birthdays in the first 4 months of the year.
And that's it.
It's a real
Here.
sad 6 months after.
I like that you do expect presents for each of them too. Very demanding.
Well, I mean,
as
it's
a
my
grown
birthday.
man.
If you care about me, you'll fucking give me a present, you know?
Where's my grill, Brad?
Exorbitant gifts, just way outside of everybody's range. My girlfriend, I asked her what she wanted for Christmas this year, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know, like a MacBook Pro
Jesus.
and an iPad with a stylus." And I was like,
stronger man.
"Fuck
Amen.
off!" Yeah, you know, a richer guy, I guess, is what you'd really like, you know. So we did handmade
That means
Christmas.
a girl thinks you're loaded, dude. I did a handmade Christmas.
Did you?
Personally,
It's
yeah.
objectively
Well,
more difficult and
I
more
bought
work.
rocks from this rock shop over
Yes.
here. Which
Oh,
you
I
talked
love
about
this already.
before.
Yes,
And
yes.
then I picked a rock for each
Yes.
member of my family or people I was going to give presents to, and then I wrote a little note to them. And wrapped it up in
Yeah.
the rock.
Handmade
And it
Christmas.
was fucking
Oh my
special
God,
as
and everybody
shit, dude.
loved it.
And in the morning, it was like on Christmas morning, people were like, "Oh shit, Chris topped all of us with like no
shit.
money."
Yes,
Yes, I
dude.
did,
That
dude.
handmade Christmas, it's more work, and you have to do all the notes and all the little pieces to it, but it is satisfying. It's a pain in the ass. I wish
did
I could
a-
just buy everybody
I did a
shit. But nobody
hand-
wants anything. I don't want anybody to buy me anything.
I really don't need that. Yeah.
I did a
I
Handmaiden's
could use it,
Tale
sure.
Christmas. I just gave
How did the wait?
everyone
So how did that go?
copies season 1 through 3 of Handmaid's Tale. Loved it.
Oh, that's good. That's a really good gift.
Yeah.
My Christmas present, I'm gonna do an ad lib for all of us. Like, Dad, if you want to give me an adjective, like, okay, Merry
Yes,
Christmas.
and yes,
The morning
and.
of.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, give me a noun.
This is for all of us, okay?
What's a noun? What's a noun? It's a place, person, or a thing, pops.
Dude, I like that. Instead of handmade Christmas, next year we'll do an ad lib Christmas.
We'll do
and
a
everybody.
fucking improv. I'm gonna do a game of zip zap zop. All right, we're all gonna stand around in a circle and we're gonna do zip zap zop. Grandma, you're fucking up.
She can't keep with the pace. This is why Joe Biden can't be president.
What is
Guys,
wrong with you?
guys, name games. What do you think?
Who's on first?
We'll go around. We'll just learn each other's names.
Everybody got their name tag. Everybody gonna play a new character, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be fun. Do like a murder mystery for the holidays. Do you guys have big families? I have a huge family.
I don't have a big family.
There's
no.
like 20
I have an
people at
average
every
sized
occasion
family.
that we do. A minimum of like 20 people.
That's
is-
crazy. I know. It seems like 4th of July. You have a big family.
I know like 4 people in my family.
I got 4 people.
You
Small
know 4
families.
people in your family, or you have 4 people?
I know 4.
Okay, and then there's more that you don't hang out with.
Yeah, they're in different states, and I've been to Reno, and that's all. So
Yeah.
And they're not in Reno?
they're not in Reno. No.
Okay.
They're all in Colorado. Shout out Stan. He's a violinist for a Colorado orchestra.
Well, he couldn't do that in
Whoa.
Reno, so I'm glad he's in Colorado. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
There's no place for a violin in Reno.
No,
There
see,
is. It's very sad. It's a fucking. You're playing violin on a boat, like they do in Italy. Like, but instead of it being like in a nice
Yeah.
river, you're like in a puddle on the fucking side of the road.
The
Yeah,
only
it just goes around
violin-
circus.
The only violin in Reno is just a really, really fancy crack pipe.
That is true. It does. You know
I
what?
call this the violin.
The violin. I like.
All right, yeah.
Let me play you the song of my life.
You know what? That'd be a good hotel. The violin.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that would be. Yeah.
That's a good hotel.
With a good string theme in there.
Yeah.
You know? Nothing like a
Oh.
themed hotel to get you
Yeah.
divorced.
I
Especially
was
going
going
around.
may not set the mood.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like to not bang.
Honey, I got his tickets to this nice place.
Where is it? Pervert's Motel.
Everything's shaped like a penis.
I thought you'd love it. You said you wanted to get weird, you know?
There's no doors on any of the rooms.
It's a real watcher's paradise.
All the mini fridges are just filled with oysters and aphrodisiacs.
Every mirror is two-way.
Don't trust the wine, wink, wink. Vacancy, always.
In the mini fridge, every bottle has been opened with the cap
God.
returned.
There's always room for one more. Oh, shit, dude. So, you're living in Healdsburg. What's next for you, James?
I'm living in Healdsburg. 2020.
2020.
Future so bright.
You got,
I know.
do you have, like, what were they, conclusions, resolutions?
Or
I don't do
you have any
I don't
conclusions
I
for
don't
the
do
year?
resolutions because I'm not good at them, and I think they're horseshit anyway. I think you just kind of I like to do soft ones where it's like, I'm gonna cook a little more,
Okay.
or
That's
like
a very
I
soft
might
one.
smoke less weed.
But then you don't.
I don't.
Yeah.
I have a job where I can smoke weed during the day, as long as I do my stuff, which I'm extremely good at. I'm a
I feel
very
like your
smart
boss
guy.
comes by your table, hey, you smoked any weed today? You're like, I'm going to. He's like, get to that, James.
It's crazy. The owner of the company
High
will
by
come.
3.
One of the owners of the company
Tell me
will
I'm
come
paying,
in.
you're on the clock and you're
and
not
you're
high
not
right now?
stoned. You should have seen the uproar when 2018 hit and weed got legal and everything really had to change. They sent out an email, a company email that said no more dab rigs in the office, and people
It's a smart
lost
move.
their
Oh,
goddamn
really?
mind. It was like you were taking away their rights.
That's
you know,
funny.
it was, yeah.
We will revolt.
It was brutal. It was brutal. But no, we can.
Yeah, just people
Just
striking.
be cool about it, you know? But one of the owners still walks through. It'll be the middle of the day. He'll come into my office at 11 a.m.
The nerve.
smoking a joint. And he just sits down on the couch. I got a couch in my office.
I think I've met your bosses. They come to a couple comedy
Yes,
shows.
yes.
That's fucking
Chris
cool,
and I.
yeah.
So we do comedy shows sometimes at the cannabis company.
Yep.
We do it after hours, and we get comedians up, and everybody can smoke weed in the building while the comedy show is going on. We get
Shit's fun.
beverages and refreshments and. There are some joints out.
It's always
Who-
interesting
who brought 'em, who
performing to a
knows?
crowd who's allowed to be smoking, and they are smoking during the show, because generally, you can count on everything being half a second late. Maybe they don't grab
Very
onto
delayed.
it. Very delayed. You can actually count on that shit whenever you perform for a high-ass crowd.
It's a timing thing. You really there's an intricacy to performing to an actively
and you have to
stoned
stay
room.
loose, because they don't want you to fucking be monotone and just read your shit.
And they also don't want you to come up and act like you're stoned. Like I see some comedians who come up and they're acting like they're.
I see that even at
stoned.
non-weed shows where comics will act like they're
Yeah.
high.
Yeah,
they're like, I don't know, dude.
Does anybody else have the munchies?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
everyone's like, oh, and I was like, you're so fucking lame. Just
Yeah.
smoke weed or don't, but don't
Don't
front.
put me through having to hear about it. All right.
Do you guys still smoke? Mike, do you smoke?
Not around people.
Not around people.
He smokes in
Yeah.
his pajamas.
Only my jammies, dude.
You're jamming in your jammies.
Just fucking jammies eating fucking crunchy hot Cheetos, dude.
That's the only way to go, dude.
It
Watching
lime.
basketball.
It sounds like someone who doesn't smoke weed. You're talking about when they smoke weed. You ever watch
I
cartoons?
like to think that every
I'll
time you
put
smoke
on
weed,
my-
you're like, Mom, where's my basketball disc?
I'll smoke weed with my poncho, listening to Bob Marley.
Hey, man. It's all good.
I was such a stereotypical 17-year-old with my first apartment who now I could smoke weed.
Yeah.
Bob Marley posters,
Sick.
fucking Jamaican flag that I bought at
Classic,
the mall.
yeah.
Check out my blacklight, Brad.
NorCal flag, yeah, blacklight posters.
It's Jimi Hendrix, but different.
My boy Danny Del Monte, we lived together for a little bit, and Danny had the sickest blacklight poster collection. Where it was like the caterpillar
Yeah.
on the mushroom, from Alice in Wonderland or whatever,
Oh, shit.
that, all that kind of
That's
stuff. And he
sick.
was just like, yo, dude, I Just get hella stoned and
And then
vibe out.
come all over these posters.
all over.
Well,
Yeah,
that was
the
what I was
black
gonna
lights
say,
were
is like,
very revealing.
I never got into blacklighting anything because I'm not clean enough.
That's it, dude. I'll never forget. I went into a club. There used to be a club in Santa Rosa that was like 18 and up, which is so fucking skeezy. You should never have a club that is 18. You don't mix people who can't drink and people who can drink.
There's dry humping and finger banging going on
a
at a
lot.
club that's
But we would
18
go
and
there
up.
and we would take ecstasy, like back in the day when like ecstasy was like pills, you know, like blue Nikes and you know whatever,
Yeah, buddy.
all that shit.
Back in the
day, dude.
good old days.
In the good old days. And so I'll never
Getting
forget, we
hyphy or
went
what,
into this
dude?
club this one time and fucking there were black lights and I looked down and I had stain on my face.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh fuck, I guess I gotta go back out to like where the regular lights are. And that was like
I
from
think
that
you
day
own it.
forward.
I think you look at girls and you're like, hey, you see this?
You see this fat
You see
fucking
that?
load?
Proof is in the pudding.
You just gotta take your finger and stroke and just place it on the lips.
Don't say a word.
Just feel. Just taste the moment.
What is this?
Am I palatable for you?
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh, is this bleach? no, baby.
No. Close, though. I like where your head's at.
Literally the opposite. It has 99.9% of the germs.
9 out of 10 dentists recommend my jizz.
Still, definitely do not intoxicate, though.
No. Yeah, it was fun to do ecstasy in Santa Rosa in the mid-2000s.
It's fun to do it in 2010s too, baby.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're in Roner Park right now. For those of you
the
wondering, listeners
you know.
who don't know, this is where you used to buy all of the ecstasy.
Oh yeah, Roner Park.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Roner
where the shit
Park,
was at.
big.
Dude, there was that kid. Remember? This was 3 years ago. I was living here in Roner Park still, and this high school kid was found with buried with only his head sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
Which is a bad burial move.
bad burial ground. I like that they called it a
You know what it
shallow
was?
grave.
You know what it was? It's a fucking sign. It was a cartel thing. This guy pissed somebody
No.
off from a fucking cartel.
Is
and
that
he
real?
got- yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I heard about the story, but I didn't hear about that twist.
That's what
That
I
does-
read in the Press Democrat was that it had suspicion of being linked to the cartel because of how deliberate this murder was. And how,
Wow,
like,
just sending a message to all the Sonoma
And
State
he was
kids.
a kid, dude. He was a high school kid. He was a senior
We
kid.
had like
That's-
drug violence, but it was like just with other white kids.
Where are you from originally?
I'm out in Marin.
Sorry, you're right.
We-
It definitely was white kid on white kid.
We had a kid who stole like $1,000 worth of Molly and pills and shit, and the other kid who was on my lacrosse team stabbed him in the face.
My God, you know what? You guys did have this odd, repressed anger. There was a chip on your shoulder of things to prove. I met a kid when I was at the junior college, and he was from Novato. His fucking friends were some of the most violent people that I've ever seen at a house party, and consistently, like, would go to house parties
They're
and
just
pick up, like,
aggressive?
giant flower pots and smash them on people's heads just because they went to a different high school. And this was 2
You're
years
looking at
after
him.
high school.
I'm all
It
about
was-
school
These
spirit,
guys
man.
were so brutal, and it's so funny because you think of Marin County, and it definitely is like an elitist kind of affluent.
That's what they're
and-
overcompensating
and
for.
they are overcompensating dangerously. It was
Yeah.
fucking. It was one of those things where I was like, oh, I don't want to be here. Like, I thought I was a little bit tough
Dude.
because I was, small and redheaded,
Seemed
the
dangerous.
fiery. So
And that-
I
and
like
that's
to
how-
like get wild a little bit. And I was like, oh no, never mind. Like, people can hurt you.
yeah, they can.
Yeah, dude, we play a pickup basketball game, but watch out, I'm throwing elbows, dude.
Throwing them bows,
Kidney shots, I'm messing people up.
street balling.
Fuck yeah, dude, it's how you play.
That's good. I was on the basketball team in 5th and 6th grade, which was hilarious because I think I was like 4.5 feet tall. And, 5th and 6th grade, like, people are hitting puberty at that point in
Yeah.
time. Like, tall kids are getting tall.
People are putting dicks on shoulders. It's the time
Dicks
of
are
life.
on shoulders, hitting threes, and then there I was just running around. And I was so cute, though. You guys, I was so cute when I was
Were you
little.
cute in middle school?
I was adorable.
Dude,
'Cause I was
kinda
tiny and
peaked
redheaded.
socially in middle school, to be honest. I was like a popular kid, and I
Really?
oh yeah, big time. In 6th grade, I was like, I felt like it. Looking back on it now, maybe people listening to this who are there with me will say different, but I really felt like I was like top 3 popular kids
Oh,
in school.
shit,
Yeah.
look at
I
you,
wasn't. I
dude.
think I was
For
bottom.
sure.
I was with Stephanie Bedoya.
Bedoya, I want more.
Bedoya, tell me more. Were you tall in 6th grade? Like,
No.
did you?
No, I wouldn't say I was tall.
You
I
were
was
just
6
funny?
foot 2.
I was just funny. I think I was
Are
funny.
you 6'2" now?
No, I was 6'2" then.
Yeah.
Regression.
Yeah, he's had a lot of spine injuries.
Scoliosis.
Yeah, I took out my V8 and my 3C.
If you stayed him straight up, he's
That's
like
a
6'5", but he has
car
such
thing?
bad
Nah,
scoliosis.
I think it's a spine
It's a
thing.
car.
If I didn't have scoliosis, I'd be like 6'2". All my weight, all my height is diagonal.
Yeah. That's
You know?
true.
You know what I found out recently, James? I thought I was 5'11"
Yeah.
my whole life.
And
Now I'm 5'9".
that's not even close.
No, it's not.
That's an aggressive change. How did that happen?
Well, I don't know who told me I was 5'11", but I lived my life learning I was 5'11".
telling people that you were
Then
5'11".
just being 5'11", it's like, and meaning it and owning it. And then like Mike is 5'11", and,
Yeah.
he'd be like, let's do it. And I'm like, no, dude, you're like 6'1", so something like that.
you're like, 'cause I'm 5'11".
I'm 5'11".
And so where did
I'm
you
the
go where
basic.
they told you?
I went to the doctor, and she's like, "Ooh, up against the wall," and I do it. I'm like, I'm 5'11". She's like, we do it for everybody. And then she fucking makes me do it, and she's like, you're 5'8.5".
Oh, that's not even
What?
5'9".
What? And then she's like,
That's average median height.
I
of
looked at her in disbelief.
United
I'm like,
States.
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm 5'11". And she's like, we can do it again.
That
I'm a
was-
grown ass man. You're like, yeah, do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
Let me
So-
stand up straight.
So I stood up straighter.
You
I
stand
was
up straight.
5'9". Standing up straight. Yeah.
Dude, did you? And so, does your driver's license? Because I think about this a lot. Does
driver's
your
license
driver's license
says I'm
says 5'11"?
5'11". Yeah.
You can fucking lie on your driver's license and
Uh-huh.
put in whatever height and whatever weight that you want.
Yeah.
I realize this. Like, you can put in a fucking different.
I'm Puerto Rican on my license.
I buy that though. You got a 5.
Gets
you
me in a
have
lot of
5.
trouble.
Mine says 5'7". I'm not convinced that I'm actually 5'7". I think at some point in the past I took one of those physicals and they read it in inches, and I was like, yeah, 5'7".
Chris,
Uh-huh.
that was the worst fucking news they had to give anyone in that
I
doctor's
know.
office that day.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Devastating.
Yeah,
People were
it was
being
bad.
told
Someone
they were
got
pregnant.
cancer.
And she went out there, I know, and she was just the nurse, you know, and then your doctor comes in later, and my doctor came in knowing
What
the
happened?
story.
What she had done.
Because I told her, as soon as the doctor walked in, because that's all I could think about. I'm like, I just found out I'm 5'9". And
This is a really
she's-
bad day.
Then she just immediately had something. She was just immediately like, oh, you know, those things aren't always right, and like winks at me or something. I'm like, am I about to fucking bang this doctor?
She likes short
am
guys.
tall.
She likes short guys, man.
Oh, do you like short guy? This is a new angle for me.
5'8.5" is such an uninteresting height.
It's a really uninteresting height.
And to
yeah.
find that out, so I mean, you're a young man, but you're a man.
But I'm
you're
24.
you're a father.
I'm a father
You're-
who thought
you're
he
24
was
years
a
old.
different height than he was when he had a daughter. Isn't that
Whoa.
interesting? Isn't that crazy?
So what are you going
Wow.
to tell her?
I'm going to tell my daughter I'm 6'2". So she'll
That is the
respect
correct
me.
answer. So she'll have some
She won't know
goddamn
the
respect.
difference for a while.
That is the thing. Like if we ever have
I whisper
kids,
that in her ear. It's part of the lullaby. It's like, by the way, your daddy's 6'2".
I will dunk on
That
you,
is
bitch.
tall.
I will dunk on you.
6'2". That's so sweet. I like that you sing to your daughter.
I do sing to my daughter. I love her.
Baby in the treetop, and I can reach you because I'm so tall.
Your daddy's a tall man. He's
Daddy
not 5'9".
reaches to the trees, which is also literally true. Are you still reaching into trees?
I'm still climbing
I like
trees,
that I get
baby.
to interview you guys. This
Still
is fun
climbing
for me.
trees, baby. Me and you have known each other for a while, dude. We go back to doing. I remember all those shows that we've done together in Healdsburg were fire. The fucking crowds are always lit. I
know.
love Healdsburg because of that. You know?
That's what's coming in 2020 is just more.
You got to produce more
The
shows.
last couple of years, yeah, I've been really focusing up on work, and it's been good, and it's been fun, and it's a good outlet, and all that. But you still always miss the performing, you know. And we do a monthly show in Healdsburg that I co-produce with Steve Osborne,
right, you still
which
do
means that he does
Everything.
literally everything, and then I show up.
Coyote Sonoma.
Coyote Sonoma,
That's
yeah,
right.
the old Sonoma
I've
Cider
done it
building.
once. It was fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it was
really
a
really
tough
fun.
time.
We have a great time, but like that's the one time per month where I'm doing it because
Mm-hmm.
I miss it. I mean, wait, Chris, when you and I met, we were spending multiple nights at Spanky's doing the
I
open
still
mic.
do that,
doing
man.
the open mic. I want to come back, yeah, but it's also
No, you don't. It's not worth it.
That's the
It's
thing
really
that kind
not.
of
Like,
shifts. It's like an
you're probably
open
having a
mic
better
in Sonoma
time.
County is really really tough. I think.
I think if you want to mic it, go to the city.
You have
Yeah,
to drive
that's
to
the
the
way
city.
you
You have to
gotta
make
do
the
it.
commitment, and you have to go down there.
You can't mic it out at Spanky's and feel good about yourself. It
We
doesn't
spent
happen.
so many nights at Spanky's where it was just hanging out, having beers. honestly, we were hanging out before you were 21. You were 18, 19 there, and they didn't know it. They just assumed you were old enough.
But I never drank in there. I never caused any problems.
No.
I tried to just.
You were so respectful.
lay low.
Remember Carrie, the bartender, that smoke
Dude,
show?
I saw Carrie last night, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God, shout out to Carrie at Spanky.
Dude, don't you humble brag.
She's that perfect bartender where she's like maybe 40 something,
Maybe 73.
She smokes cigarettes, you know.
She doesn't smoke anymore, dude. She looks young as ever. She's fucking radiant. She's the flower. She's the light of Spanky's.
She is the light of Spanky's.
She really does keep
That is
me
a
going.
dark, dim place.
I know.
And she
having
is
Carrie there is a
breath of
real
fresh air.
game changer.
I was talking to
I'm
Tony
gonna come
Sparks
back.
the other day,
Oh, you saw Tony?
and he's like, "Remember Carrie?" And I'm like, "Carrie's still there."
Oh, shit,
I was like,
yeah.
"That's so sad. I feel bad for Carrie."
Yeah.
Oh,
I've talked
no.
to Tony about
Come back.
Spanky's. He's like, "Oh, Spanky's, I'm never going back."
I think Carrie has probably a daughter who's like our age. I'll bet she's.
She does.
I'll bet she's
yeah.
hot.
Oh, she's banging. I saw her.
Really?
Oh yeah, she looks like Carrie, but like.
But
24.
yeah, exactly. Carrie definitely had a baby when she was 18.
Yeah, but like, who hasn't? Am I right or am I
Hey.
right?
Oh my god, most.
I had a baby when I was 20. I was 24.
God, that's insane.
Yeah.
My sister, when is this going to come out?
This is going to come out on Wednesday. Is that the first day of the new year?
Okay, I think I can say it. Then my younger sister and my sisters are basically everybody's pregnant right now. Everybody got pregnant at the exact same time. I was like,
congratulations,
creep.
man. What was
Yeah.
that, your sister?
Okay. Did you guys sync
yeah.
up? Were you spending a lot of time with each other? What's
Yes,
going
yeah,
on here?
they synced up their cycles and their births.
Okay.
I don't know what you call it.
The
Yeah,
pull-out
so
cycles synced up into not pulling
family is growing. Everybody's having babies, which is great. I'm
Dude.
definitely not. We're good. We're good right now.
Yeah.
At some point in the future, we're just trying to.
You'd be a great dad, dude.
I would
You'd
be a
probably
really
love it
good
too.
dad.
You'd probably love it.
Look at you bragging all over the place.
I would be. I'm an incredible uncle. I'll be a great dad. I have sage wisdom. I've fucked
I
up
thought
a
you
lot.
said stage wisdom.
I do have stage wisdom.
Because he's a great actor,
Time
too.
to share with my daughters
I'm
my
an
stage
excellent
wisdom.
thespian. That is true. You know, for the Elephant Man, I was nominated for one of 4 people for outstanding dramatic performance in all of Sonoma County amongst all actors. And
Was there
like
3 plays that weekend?
there was a lot that year, and like an
5.
idiot, I went to the award ceremony because I thought maybe I would. I was like, they're gonna give it to me. Like, oh my
yeah.
god, like I did so good. My parents showed up, and my girlfriend showed up, and then like
Did you wear a tie?
Were you the runner
I
up?
wore a nice little outfit, and I showed up, and then it went to some chick, and she wasn't even there, and it's like a girl
Oh,
I know,
wow.
and then I was just like, oh,
What a hack.
and then I haven't done a play since.
Damn.
I'm just acting.
Did that crush you? Bringing your parents,
It's a
having your parents
sad
watch
ride
you
home on
just
your
lose?
tricycle.
Fucking did. I had to
Yeah.
laugh it off like, hey, we're all here for fun to support the other actors.
Yeah.
But no, God, no. I like to be recognized for things.
Oh yeah,
It's that
for sure.
middle child, maybe. It's why we do stand up, I
bet
guess.
that's why
Like,
you
I
stay.
like.
I bet that's why you stay in Healdsburg, because I know I can't go anywhere with you, even in Sonoma County, without somebody in the room being like, "Oh shit, James!
Yes.
I know you, dude."
I tried to fight it for a long time. I always thought, like, hey, I'm going to move to LA or I'm going to move to, like, a big city and, like, really make a push for it. I just like being a big fish in a small pond.
I gotta say, I've been feeling the same
I love
vibe
it.
recently. Because, I've been to New York and LA and, like, done it for at least a month at a time or something like that and felt like nobody out there. But then I like doing shows over here where, like, I do well, but it's still in the back of my mind. It's like, yeah, but you're nobody in New York and LA. But then I think to myself, nothing wrong with being a big fish in a small
You
pond.
see,
That's
you
man.
guys
exactly
do
it.
it
There's
wrong.
something
You go
here.
to a big city, you go to LA, you go to New York, you find the biggest fish, and then you fight him.
And then you fight him. So
You know, the
Brendan
first
Schaub,
night-
I fought Joe Rogan.
Schaub.
Oh shit! The
gonna
first
lose.
night I was in New
I-
York, I was smoking cigarettes next to Michael Shea and Big J Okerson.
That's so fun. I love
And
those
I just
guys
heard,
so
I was
much.
just overhearing their
Yeah, like a little
conversation,
creeper
just
in
like
the
sitting
side.
next to them, and I
Yeah.
kept looking over. Michael Shea kept looking at me like, "Who's this fucking kid?"
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that keeps
With
fucking
the wandering
keeps looking at us.
eyes.
Yeah,
That was the thing.
yeah.
I did comedy for like 3 or 4
I was gonna
years.
take him
I
down.
did 3 or 4 years consistently. You should have.
I should have established
That would have
dominance
made
that
the
night.
weekend update.
First punch, dude. Go for jug shot.
Small white child.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
I did stand up for years around here, and it went wherever it went. And I didn't travel very often. And then I worked for the cannabis company for like 2 years, and after 2 years, I was backstage at the Comedy Store, hanging out with like all these fucking dudes, and just being like, wow, it's not that different. It's just you kind of have to make that commitment to go there and make that your thing. which is a lot if
Did
you're
you go
trying
to
to
the
really
smoking
build
patio?
kind of a life.
Did you go out to the smoking
We
patio?
were on the smoking patio.
That's
it was
where
great.
I was when I was asked to leave. They're like, "Who's with you?" I'm like, "I'm here for the roast battle." They're like, "You can't be here, dude."
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
we were backstage in the main room, and I went out this little side door to smoke a cigarette because we were there, sponsoring and get to talk to everybody. Met like David Spade and Brian Callen, who's the nicest
I saw
goddamn
David
person
Spade
on earth.
drive away in his like cheap ass old car.
Really?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And I stepped out the side door and to smoke a cigarette, just like right out the side door. And there was all these guys lining up for the 10 o'clock show. And I was like, hey, anybody got a light? And like there was all these college kids. And it was great because then I interacted with them. And because I was standing outside of the side door, they thought I was a really famous person. So everybody's like, hey, like, what's up, man? Can we like take pictures? And I was like, oh, no, like it's good, man. I'll see you in there.
No, I know, dude.
And just
No,
fake
I know.
it. Just fake it.
Like,
because
if you a picture, I'll have to give all these people pictures.
then I got to get everyone in
Yeah.
picture. I was razzing them. I was like, "Hey, which one of you is Andrew?" Because it was, and they all laughed. They were like, "His middle name is Andrew." And I was like, "Of course he is."
Dude, I used
made
to-
this whole persona. It was
I've
very
gotten
lovely.
lit in LA too. I went to a show at the fucking Improv, and then I was telling other fucking people in there, the other audience members, come see me at this open mic at Flappers at 10 in Burbank. I'm going there after this.
Burbank.
Let's go to Burbank.
I love how you get
You
so
wanna
LA.
see
You're like,
me?
I'll see you in Burbank, man. We'll be on the Late Show. Look for me. It's fun, man. That is potentially enough for me. Just being able to fake it sometimes.
Honestly, sometimes
I fake it every day.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time I'm having sex, dude.
which is every day because I fucking kill it.
Which
but I'm
is
faking
fucking
it, dude.
every day. I've never nutted in my life.
I am so full. It's not even. My balls look like ripe pomegranates.
I don't think I've ever come, dude.
Bro, what is that? What is that like? I heard it was like pretty gross.
Sounds
What
like
is it?
It
Like
sounds gross.
like snot comes out of your penis? Oh, what?
Oh my
sounds good, but no girl's ever done that for me. Dude.
Hey, this, hey, this boat rows both ways, baby.
I
Is
think
that a gay thing?
yeah, it sounds like
It sounds like a gay thing.
You use
Which is
the oars
cool,
both
dude.
ways,
Oh
yeah.
man. It would, I like being, I like it when guys flirt with me, but I don't really want to like bang them. But like sometimes it's like, well, I mean, if we have enough drinks and you're nice enough to me.
Yeah, you got enough money,
You
sure.
ever banged a dude? Mm-mm. I have.
Have you?
I banged a girl who says she's a dude.
Like she's a cisgen, non-binary thing. You banged a chick though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's the news I'm trying to put out on the block.
Make that known.
Yeah.
Let's not make this a
you,
clip for the podcast.
You hear that,
No,
Mom? Let me back home.
I'm just like the other guys. Wait. Now, is it when? At what point during her thinking that she was a guy did you bang her?
The beginning.
Like when she was still. Now, did you do? This is so crass. I don't like to talk about this, but like, was it like in the butt or?
No.
So it was just like you would have sex with
I
a
fucked
girl.
her like a girl.
Like you banged like a girl.
I had my legs up.
Yeah, you like scissored her.
Yeah.
But also
And
there's
I
a
let her
penis
do
in
the
there.
pounding. You know?
Yeah, she hit your head against the wall.
Yeah.
Super aggressive.
Yeah, she came on my tits. It was a mess.
Sneezed all over you.
It's the same thing, dude. It's just mucus, you know?
Oh God, Steve!
well, I do
Steve
say-
Hoffman was the
I
first
know,
person
yeah,
who told me
yeah.
that. Yeah, that's a great bit.
I do always say a chew when I come.
A chew.
Yeah, a chew.
I say gesundheit, but that's just, it's just a,
That's polite.
it's another
Yeah,
thing.
it's a family
Yeah,
thing.
it's a family
That's polite.
It goes back.
Dude, I'll never forget this. I don't know why. It's the most random thing, but we were at Spanky's and we were hanging with I don't know this one guy that you say, and you were like, hey. So I just realized, like, if I'm masturbating and I don't come right away, and like I'm masturbating for a little bit, I come way more.
Oh, yeah. Who was you
like-
talking to? Probably a stranger.
You were talking to me, and I was like, it was, I think you were like 20 at the time, and I was maybe 25, and so I had figured that out recently, and I was like a sage old man, like,
You're like, yes,
yeah,
Chris.
yes, Chris. That's exactly right.
It's beautiful when you see a boy just figure out how his own dick works.
If I don't masturbate for a combined total of 5 times for 10 minutes in one day, you should see the load.
I mean, it could fill up a whole egg carton.
Impressive. Dude, honestly, this is so weird, but I hate when like you watch porn and then they do like the money shot and then it's just like
I'm not about the money shot.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, I hate when it's nothing.
When it's nothing, I'm like, what are you doing? Do something.
That's the gayest I ever get. Where I'm like, come on, dude, just come.
Nut better.
You call that a nut, dude?
Do Kegels. Two-tone Malone.
I want to see that shit burst, dude.
Bring me some heat, bro. Like I'm watching this. You know,
I want you to try to break records.
I'm
over
fast
here.
forward to the end.
Hey, we gotta do. I put bad reviews, bad performance. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There are times where I almost like I want to comment, and then I'm like, what am I doing commenting on fucking X videos?
I read the comments sometimes, and some of them are funny, dude. Some of them.
Okay,
can you hear the guy talking at 4:44?
You read the comments.
You go to Reddit. You go to Reddit. You go to YouTube. Just vile trash comments. Just anger. Anger. You go to the hub.
Yeah.
You go to the PH, dude.
Is it
people
possible?
having a good time.
Angels, dude.
Oh,
It's
I
just
like that.
It's a good community.
I like when
They
people
look out for each other.
I like when people are nice to each other.
A bunch of boys jerking off, looking out for each other. It reminds me of Boy Scouts, dude.
That's exactly it. Scouts honor. Always be prepared.
Yeah, and I've gotten badges on those sites too, dude. I'm a top fan, dude.
You know what? Hilariously, RedTube reached out to us and asked if we wanted to advertise on their site, which would be so funny if like you're going to, like jerk it, and then I see my own ad on the thing. I feel like I'm gonna nut way harder.
Would it be like your face,
for
like
sure.
your face giving a thumbs up or something?
Yeah.
It could be someone like sucking a joint.
And it's like a little GIF.
Yeah, it's a little gift.
That's really, or we do one of those ones where it's like, I just ate grapefruits and now my joint is this much bigger.
Oh, nice.
Someone one special trick.
8 weird tricks to get
make
your joint this much
8
bigger.
inches.
Okay. There's tits. There's a joint puffing. It's vibrating. It's pulsating, and then the smoke explodes all over the tits.
All right, so be on the
That's
lookout
just
for this
bukkake.
ad on your porn website.
Smokake.
It's coming soon. I'm telling you, cannabis advertising is coming to all like the weird niches because there's a bunch of places where you can't do like you can't do like a Google or Instagram ad. Big old nug. Have you seen this?
Have you seen this nug?
Like no, bro. Have you seen this? It's fucking sick.
You see how much purple's in that shit?
Have you seen this shit though?
We call it the purple nurples for a reason.
Have you seen these crystals, bro?
Oh, I love it. Literally yesterday at
These
work.
trichomes?
I was Googling types of weed. I was Googling what's the best weed, looking them all up and being like, what do we want to do in 2020? I have the best goddamn job on earth.
You have the best job because
Incredible.
you get paid to do what a lot of people just do and get nothing
How
from
did you
it.
How did you get into that job?
Hilariously, so I was in marketing. I went to school for art because I thought it would be fun and it was easy to go to UC Santa Barbara and do art majors.
Your life is so fucking gifted, dude. I get mad at you in my day to day.
It's blessed, man. It's ridiculous. I think if I was sober, I would be like top level. But I have managed to be like a non-sober,
successful person.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
is the goal.
Exactly. Like I've managed to make it all work. So I was working in marketing. I was working in Santa Rosa, and I had gotten this job because I thought getting a 9-to-5 would fix things with this girl I was dating before I got the job, and then she broke up with me like a week before I started.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And I fucking hated it. I was working for a nutraceutical company, which is like health supplements for old people.
Which I'm all about, but I mean, different strokes for different folks.
Who's not, And
need a lot of bitches.
That was when I
love
went
accidentally killing old people.
It's exactly. It's natural. You're never going to die anyway. And that was when I went hard into comedy because I hated life so much that I needed an outlet to do things. Oh, gross burping. And I one day, my roommate at the time sent me a link and he says, get ready to quit your job. And it was a posting on Indeed.com, the web, the job website.
Yeah.
And it was literally exactly what I was doing, except it was for a weed company. And I was like, all right, let's go fucking interview, try this out. It went great. Got the job. It was at the very beginning of the cannabis industry where they were starting to hire people that were like meant for the jobs to have, and so it was very easy to like rise to the top. And I've been there ever
It's
since.
not
It's been
just
like 3.5
fucking
years.
Tony Salami from the deli.
That's exactly it. Tommy Pastrami,
Just fucking
from
Tommy.
left coast. You know, like
Tommy on the pier Stokes.
whoever you could get, and so I went in, and at the time it was the wild West, dude. I mean, like
People
weed
shooting each
all over,
other,
you could take
raping
whatever.
people.
There was no rape.
We had
I really have
At
to
the
press
time. And
Back in the
I've
day,
I've been there ever since. It's been the best thing because I get to do what I love to do, and I do it for weed. So I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this job. Like if I legitimately, if the company went end up or whatever, or just it stopped being a thing, I think I would just go back to like grinding super hard on like acting and stand up and all that shit. I get to do video content for them, which is super fun. So I do like their YouTube channel, and that's like a good outlet to get to use it. We get to do comedy shows there.
Yep.
It's allowed me to embrace the parts of my life that I love and pay me pretty handsomely for it, and
That's sick, dude.
no complaints, which is that's the thing. Sometimes I think about
just
it.
saying
It's
that
like
there's probably people listening to this podcast who hate you right now.
like, who's this cocky bitch?
son of a bitch, you got it all
Fucking
figured
asshole
out.
who just had everything. It just
Did I
seemed-
mention my girlfriend is super gorgeous?
You mentioned that before we started recording,
just
but I'm glad
may as well
that-
say it
People
right now.
listen to
It's
this
really-
podcast to feel better about themselves.
Here's the thing, like aspire to be me though, because all you have to do is just be like pretty clever, you know, like reasonably intelligent, and
the gifted life of a good-looking young white dude from Healdsburg who's very social and has a lot of friends.
yeah, if you can just do that
That's hard to
as
do.
your
dude.
foundational basis, you're gonna be set.
Yeah.
My 20s were very easy because I twice helped elect the first black president of the United States. I breezed through my 20s with such confidence.
Oh, because he smokes.
And he smokes. The man is smoking.
Wait, how did you help Barack Obama get elected?
He was the
I
VP.
voted for him 2 times.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah,
So you did your
definitely.
part.
I did my part. And
Yeah.
now...
Okay, look at
I'm
you,
leaning into
appealing
my-
to the masses.
I've been leaning into my 30s. I think... You guys want to talk election real quick? Do you guys
Yes,
ever talk
this-
about that?
I want to talk about impeachment because this is my
Oh, yeah.
take.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
I
That'd
want
be
to
fun.
get
wanna talk
Trump
about this too.
out of there so we can get Mike Pence in.
Yes. Yes. Seriously.
Mike,
People forget that that's what's next.
Mike Pence
you know?
is the boy.
If you fucking...
Mike Pence has been my number one since day one.
Since day one. Oh,
Yeah.
he's boothing.
That's who I
He's
want.
crushed up. I'm like, you sure you straight?
I like it, the death in his eyes.
Oh, everyone's sure Mike Pence isn't straight, dude. Anybody
Dude.
who's that, like...
Who's that rigorous about like not being gay? Is probably the.
I say we
fucking-
get him in the office, we put him under a bunch of pressure until one day he's just making a State of the Union address and he just cracks and he goes, I'm super fucking gay.
gay. Oh God, sorry, it came out.
I'm fiscally conservative but liberally asshole.
I think nothing's going to come of this, which is unfortunate. It just seems
We
like
might get him elected
it's a
again,
hullabaloo.
dude.
It's going to
Because
It's
of all the
unfor-
attention.
I was watching, because now it's been 3 years, and so I've like desensitized myself a little bit to. You know, like just his general fuckassery. I was watching.
Okay, you tear up a little bit every once in a while.
just a little bit, and I was watching clips of him. Objectively, he's fucking hilarious. Trump
Oh,
is
yeah.
super funny,
think-
dude.
yeah.
Like being just a dick to everybody. If you just watch them as like spoof clips back to back to back, it's super fucking funny. But it's like
He could be
I
a
don't
comic,
want
but
that.
instead he
does this.
decided
Oh,
to do
he's
this.
Instead, he
roast
the
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah, yeah.
oh my god, dude.
He just picks people apart.
He had fucking the roast of Donald Trump on Comedy Central. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was a real thing that happened. This fool is just so quick-witted for an idiot, you know, or like you think he's an idiot and then he's just
He's off
very
the
funny.
cuff. He's definitely off the cuff.
We're just calling him like Marco Rubio, little Rubio.
His
Yeah.
nicknames, dude. It's so. It's
And then
so
he made Marco have to say like, and I'm sure I'm doing better downstairs than he is. You know, like the fucking troll that is to even have to say that as a
to
fucking
make your
presidential
opponent
candidate. Yeah,
bring up his own
to
dick
actually have
size.
to get into like, actually my dick's pretty good. So
Here's the thing: I do have a penis. So
No, why did not poison those 3 Colombians in 1972? Donald.
The troll level is genius, and there's just nobody. I don't know. I worry about it. I'm Democratic, or I vote that way anyway. I lean, I think, a little bit more.
You're
that
gonna
way,
vote for this time. You got the Bernie. You got the Burn.
I went to a Bernie Sanders rally the first time around in like 200016 or whatever in
Do
Cloverdale.
people ever
It
bomb
was
at rallies?
incredible.
Has Bernie ever bombed a rally?
There's
I
no
don't think
fucking
so.
way. He was so beautiful. Like I cried because it was
Whoa.
just him talking about
How many
mental
mushrooms
health
were you on?
issues.
Dude, you're really
None.
feeling the
None.
burn.
Maybe I was booming the week before or
Okay.
something.
All right.
But I felt it, and I was just like, "Fuck yeah, we're gonna do this!" And then
And
the
he's
day
gonna
before
die before he gets into office.
Yes. And then the day before the primaries, I'm driving home. And I get a CNN news alert on my phone, which I fucking hate. And I hadn't even gone. The ballots hadn't opened. It was the next day, and the CNN said Hillary has won the California primary. And I was like, "What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Was nobody
What are we
there?
doing?"
Was nobody there when I saw it?
Hey man,
I know.
I had a button like a Vote Bernie, the big campaign button, like an OG, and so I don't know. I think maybe I'm very disenfranchised. Everybody's just seeming. Oh, there goes the.
Someone just died.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah. No, I
could
did
be.
Roner Park
That could be.
No, but I'm definitely feeling the burn. I have chlamydia badge.
Yeah, but he's still gonna vote for Byrne just because he likes the
Or
slogan.
chlamydia, it's like a climate thing.
It gives acknowledgement to people with chlamydia.
It does.
Which is nice.
Which no candidate's talking about.
Because
Nobody's
what's the other
talking
option? Joe Biden?
It's the other, or
No.
I love Elizabeth Warren. I think she's awesome. I think she's fucking rad. I think she's
Nah,
a strong
dude.
woman, but she's
I'm a Gabbard
She's a
boy.
little bit too far. Dude.
Tulsi's
Tulsi, not
Tulsi's-
Chelsea Gabbard.
Tulsi,
Tulsi's
Tulsi
the
Gabbard.
gal,
Yeah.
dude.
Yes.
She
I
hates
would- I
foreign war.
agree.
No one else is talking about foreign wars.
I agree. I agree.
Which-
I know enough.
I
I know
like
enough just to not,
Tulsi.
because I like to go on like base instinct of how I feel about people. Joe Biden, fucking love Joe Biden, but now he's old, and the best part
He's
about it is
saying
Barack
wild
Obama. He is saying wild shit. I saw something at a town hall where
He's
he
totally
like
not credible
went at some
anymore
dude.
after everything that's come out against him. I don't know who would
No,
vote. You know?
dude, it's all. I mean, and I get it. It's all
Yeah.
horseshit.
I don't know,
It's all terrible.
I've
This
said this
kind of-
before. I'm gonna say it again. Coney 2020.
He's coming back.
He's coming
and
back.
He's bringing
He's
the
coming back
kids.
strong.
Coney 2020. Who's Coney?
Coney, you remember Coney 2012?
Yeah, that's. I remember seeing the bumper stickers.
Child slavery, or no, child soldiers in
Soldiers,
Africa.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was in favor.
It was Stop Coney because
Oh!
he
Coney 2020. Yeah.
Got it.
He wasn't pro Coney.
That
But
was
he's
Boko
really
Haram.
turned around.
Wasn't that a Boko Haram?
Yeah, it was actually the whole thing when it became popular in 2012. It wasn't even happening. It was already been done. The guy was just making a whole scam and he ended up losing his mind and stealing all that money. He got in trouble for like jerking off publicly in San Diego.
Oh, that's right.
Shit's
Yeah.
wild.
No
Yeah.
shit. I didn't hear.
I remember
about
that.
They made the whole
Remember
South
that.
Park episode.
Yeah, jerking
Jerking
off
it, jerking
in
it,
San
jerking it.
Diego.
Yeah.
Dun,
I like
jacking
that.
it, jacking it, jackety
It's
jack.
ringing.
Spanking it, spankety smack.
It's like Todd Snyder's beer run. That's a deep cut for somebody.
I know that song,
Yeah.
dude. I know a guy. What's his name? Be Serious. Can I have one of those, buddy?
All together now. B-double-E-double-R-U-N. Beer run. B-double-E-double.
Oh, that's a good one. I started listening to country music yesterday. I mean, I listen to it. I listen to it regularly, but
What'd you start with?
it was holiday music for
Florida,
like
Georgia?
all of like
Oh, a
Christmas.
little bit of Mariah Carey, dude. Jingle
Is that
bells.
country though?
No, I started at holiday music, and then it was the day after Christmas, and I got in my car, and holiday music started off, and I was like, "Fucking no,
Nope, not
stop that
today.
shit!" And then, some reason, I was listening to like top songs of 2019 on Spotify. You guys get that? And a country song came on, and I was like, "I'm ready for country summer," so I got back
Hell
into,
yeah.
into
Nice,
country.
nice.
Who were your guys' top artists of 2019?
You see, I don't have Spotify. I got Apple Music, but if I had to guess, I would say Kanye West, the Baha Men, and Chance the Rapper.
Okay.
All of those
I'm
check
going Da Baby. Not only does he
okay.
have some sick freestyles, he's had a sick dick, dude.
Oh, I
got a good
heard
dick. He got a good
recently,
dick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Recently-
a bunch of celeb pictures got.
Yeah,
it was like
there's-
ASAP
Yeah.
Rocky.
Yeah,
Oh, and then that other fucking...
is the fappening part 2, but with dicks.
Everyone was like, "We're gonna turn the tables.
Big
Show us
hogs,
that big
dude.
black dick. We're gonna make everybody feel
Number
bad."
2, I'm going
Jason
Luke,
Derulo is another one who had his
Yeah,
dick
yeah.
recently out.
Dave
He's got a
Portnoy.
lot.
It was
on
to
him.
promote cats.
which is wild. And I've been talking about cats for a while, and no one paid attention.
No one should pay attention.
But
to
you're
that.
missing was
No
a
one was
big-ass
talking about
schlong,
my.
dude.
I'm like, they're coming out with this movie called Cats.
Yeah.
They're animatronic people cats,
Yes.
and it's freaky.
Yeah, no
Everybody
one-
knows if you want people to listen to you, you got to show them your big ass schlong.
Show your dick, get some clicks. That's nice. You can do that. Okay, so
Number 2, I go Luke Combs, dude. Luke Combs.
oh, country.
Luke Combs. I'm going Kunch.
All right.
He's doing stadium tours off of his first album,
Still,
Wow.
which is insane.
that is insane.
That's killer. How long was his? I don't care.
Are we
I
gonna
was
ask
gonna
how many
say,
songs his
long
first
ago-
album?
Yeah, how long in playtime was his first album?
It was like
No one cares.
nobody cares.
What an absolute dog shit question.
God, jeez, it's
And
not
then-
my podcast.
And then the number 3 spot, as always, it's been my number 3 spot for the past 20 years, the national anthem. Because I love
national
this
anthem.
country.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Nothing
Is it
gets
really?
Oh, dude.
You,
If
dude, you want to start
are
seeing
you-
Mike get worked up, you start talking about America.
You talk about
Really?
America. You talk
I
America.
thought you were kidding.
God. You start talking about Dick Cheney, dude.
E pluribus unum.
You start talking about fucking how Hillary Clinton's a lizard person. I'm gonna get all juiced up.
Oh, Sam Tripoli. We'll go to. Yeah. That's a funny guy.
But actually, honestly, like when playing like football in like high school,
Yeah.
they play the national anthem before the
Yeah.
games.
Yes,
That'd,
yes.
that'd get me pumped up. Dude.
Oh, you were an athlete.
I'm still an athlete.
Was.
Still an athlete.
Was is the key
Such a
word
dick.
right there.
Right.
Was.
I
Still
went
an
down
athlete.
to the gym this morning. I did maybe 4 chest exercises.
Did you
went
play a
out
sport?
and I got some pasta.
What? Nice. What'd you carbo loading? What did you do for chest X?
Ooh, I did some dumbbell presses.
Yes.
And then I did some more dumbbell presses.
Yeah,
And I did what I don't know, the close grip
You did
dumbbell presses.
Incline.
I did incline dumbbell
Incline.
press, and then I did.
Do you do decline dumbbell press or do you do decline dips? I like decline dips.
Dude, look at the guy with the dips.
Bro, I'm trying to dip and get my fucking tries. Like,
I love a good
Yeah.
fucking buzz, dude.
Yeah, you have to mix up your workouts like that. I learned
Yeah.
about it's the push pull groups. So when you're
shit.
doing chest, you also want to do tries.
Yes. And
It's
I
a
went out
great
and
way
I
to do it.
just beat up some kids.
that checks out.
Yeah, it's
That
good
checks out.
exercise.
yeah.
That checks out. You guys want to know so Spotify did my top artists
Okay.
of
Yeah,
2019.
Yeah.
Top artists of 2019.
Can
What'd
we
you get?
guess real quick?
Yeah, I'd like to guess.
Okay, all right. There's 4 of them. They give you the top 4. Guess.
Lil Yachty.
No. That would have been tight though.
Doja Cat.
No.
The Weeknd.
No. All of these are really good choices. These are
One more guess.
Okay.
Lizzo.
no. Fuck that.
I would love if you were just bumping Truth
You know what?
Hurts just
Here's
all
the
the
thing. I
time.
bumped Truth Hurts before anybody else heard it. I was doing the
'Cause you
Elephant
Lizzo,
Man at the time.
you're
When I was
cool
doing
with
Elephant
Lizzo.
Man, I was
Yeah.
and I knew that shit. And then it blew up and everybody loved it, and I was like, "Fuck this, I'm over it." Now.
When you were doing Elephant Man, you were bumping Lizzo.
I was driving
You got
from Healdsburg to Monterey, bumping Truth Hurts, be like, "One man great, all I got here."
Twerking your fucking lumps back and forth.
Yes, I knew that shit. So my top artist, and this is so fucked up. It's so retarded. Number 1, Taylor Swift.
Are you for real?
Okay.
For real.
One-on-one Shaquille O'Neal.
Is this new T-Swizzle or is this old
It was
T-Swizzle?
because, and I'll tell you why. Because she came out with an album this year.
So it was
Love
new
her,
T
loved it.
Swift.
So it was new T Swift. So
Dude.
Taylor Swift, number 1. Number 2, Atmosphere. You know Atmosphere?
I don't know
He's a
Atmosphere.
St. Paul, Minnesota rapper who was big in 2004.
Yes.
Like his best stuff
Yes.
was from like 2004.
Really?
I
Kind of like
Does he still
a-
make
his
music?
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
and he still makes music.
What's
He
the song
joined
I
up
was-
with the Living Legends.
Oh, shit.
And so he's still, he still makes beats, but I had kind of forgotten
Like
about
Long
that
Day?
he existed. Yeah, we'll have to play some after.
I'll
It's
hear
really good
some,
stuff.
yeah.
So Atmosphere. Number 3 was Miley Cyrus.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
You have the top 3 of like a
16-year-old
16-year-old girl,
Yeah.
but
from 2004.
Do you have like bedazzled binders and shit?
I do love a bedazzlement. Absolutely.
all
do.
it just says I love
Yeah.
Taylor and Miley.
And then
I'm not wearing
I'm a
denim
Swi-
if it's not bedazzled.
I'm a Swiftie. I
I'll
legitimately,
be honest,
I
dude.
thought about bedazzling my Levi's jean jacket yesterday. I was like, it'd be sick if I put some patches on
Yeah,
here.
it's gonna
you know?
be a nice vagina pattern.
And number 4 was Mercules, who is this like white Canadian rapper.
Sick.
So
you got
I
rappers.
rappers and white girl music.
white
I'm the
girl
most
music.
basic bitch. I grew up with hella sisters. Grew up with 4 sisters. I love fucking Michelle Branch, the pumpkin spice lattes.
That's a group.
pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah.
It's fucking subcategory of the Spice Girls.
Spice Girls branched off into other spices.
It's a chubby one that couldn't make it.
I want to make a like
Because
a
of all the
ginger themed
all the
show.
PSLs.
It's all the GMOs she put in her body. She's a little too chunky.
It used to be about the DSLs, now it's about the PSLs.
Oh yeah. I love some DSLs.
Yeah,
I had to explain to somebody what DSLs were the other day.
Oh, God, that's so awkward.
I know.
Isn't it
Is it a good thing or a bad thing to have DSLs?
good?
It's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's fucking lips.
Yeah.
You kidding me? That's why
Especially,
everybody
dude,
got the duck, puff out
On my neighborhood, dude.
My neighborhood, you don't want to have DSLs.
As a guy, I think maybe you don't. Like if you're a straight guy, but if you're a gay guy, I mean, fuck, dude, set a DSL.
I don't
on
want
ya.
some DSLs, you know. If you're DSing,
Yeah,
you're
we
gonna
all
want
have,
the
we all
L's
have very
for it.
white guy lips.
Yeah,
Look
thank
at
you.
thin- yeah.
With thin lips. I'm a
That's
thin-lipped
the
man.
nicest thing you've said on podcast.
lizard
Thin-lipped
people.
Chris is my
you
Twitter
guys
handle, so,
are
yeah.
so cute. I wanted to say that at the beginning.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Two-
You know who
two
else is
cute
cute?
boys.
The people who are listening to this podcast.
Constant tens, dude.
You
I look at our
only
listener
tens.
chart, fucking banging tens.
Tens, dude.
Yeah, dude. You look at the Like an Adult podcast group on Facebook. Are you part of that yet?
No, but I will be.
You will be. You'll just join a group of tens, dude.
Yeah.
That's
All
all it is
tens.
on there.
Yeah.
All tens.
Hundreds of
Come on
tens.
over.
I'd call them altogether 1,000.
James, do you want to plug any shows? Any little bit of YouTube? I don't know.
Yeah, as always, come out to Coyote Sonoma. It's typically the third Saturday of the month. Steve Osborne books an amazing lineup of comedians from all over the Bay Area.
Yes, he
you guys
does.
are always welcome. Please come.
Sick.
Otherwise, you can catch me in Sonoma County, probably being the most popular guy. The one that, like, if you're in a place and people keep stopping by a guy's table and they're like, hi.
I call you the unofficial mayor of Healdsburg.
I have been called that
Yeah.
by so many people who have not heard it from each other.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I love Healdsburg. I love life. Everything is going great.
Well, thanks for being on. Fuck you, dude.